Jack, I found out for you that in Aleppo nobody used to grow beard. So you have a heter now.
I shaved already. It was there, so I said I'll leave it.
Ask your wife if she likes it.
No, I think
So
I think it's coming off this week.
Just please show them.
Don't worry. Yeah.
Good morning, good morning.
Okay, Tov, Rabbi Prague.
There is one thing that they say for people to do it if they are really very, very Hasid or something, and suddenly everybody start to do it, like Rabbeinu growing beards.
It's never, everyone has an inspirational moment. The question is, what do you do with the inspirational moment? You know what I mean? Either you do more chesed or you study more Torah, or you express it in an external. See, the only thing we can learn from them is let's open all the way in the back, Perek Bet, Milchot Avel Halacha Chet. Today is Yom HaZikaron. Here, you have another one there? You take one of the books there.
Where are you going, Rabbi Prague? I didn't hear.
Rambam Milchot Avel, it's Sefer Shoftim, all the way in the back.
Right.
I would like to read you a Gemara that has to do with Yom HaZikaron. Perek Bet Halacha Chet. Milchot Avel is all the way in the back. This is an unknown halacha because we never heard of this halacha being used, but it's a Gemara, Rambam, Shulchan Aruch, but we're going to use it. Bet halacha chet. Because let's start with halacha vav just to give the background to understand halacha vav. So remember, this is Hilchot Aver. Today is Yom HaZikaron in Israel. Kama chamura mitzvat averut, how serious is the mitzvah of averut? שהרי נדחת לו הטומאה מפני קרוביו. For instance, a Kohen normally has to be very careful not to become tameh, and by the 7 relatives he has to become tameh, כדי שיתעסק בהם, he should be busy and make sure ויתעבר עליהם. שנאמר, it says in פרשת אמור, כי אם means don't become tameh, but to שאירו הקרוב אליו, which is his wife, father, mother, לא יטמא. Okay. Okay, the Rambam continues, במה דברים אמורים, fine. Now listen carefully what the Rambam says. Please go now to הלכה. וכן, כל אותם שאמרו שאין מתאבלים עליהם, but there is a group of people that no one is obligated to see tshuva for. Listen to the list. כגון הרוגי בית דין. Person committed a crime, the court executed him.
I never even thought of that.
No, he's a man. I mean, he was killed.
I never thought one
And מתאבלים עליהם. Okay, listen. No, we're talking about someone that's committed an avera.
Executed.
And executed by the court, the Jewish court.
Him does tshuva happening.
ושפרשו מדרכי הציבור, people who are totally out of Judaism, Pershu means totally out. I know a fellow that his brother was a brilliant guy, was religious, but he went all the way to the left. He died, his brother didn't see Shiva since.
Wow.
It's Halacha B'Shulchan Aruch. He didn't do it. I remember Bayaz, there is always the emotional. I know a lady that her sister, when he went to Brooklyn College, the father is married an Italian.
Yeah.
This is the family really did it. Not when she died, I told her, if you want to follow halacha, there's nothing. She said, she's my sister. She says, you can sit on the floor, you can do whatever you want, but the halachot of Avayut, to show that we are really, it's very painful to us that the men who contributed to the society, the way we look at this guy, it doesn't apply. You can seclude in the house, you can go to the movies, do whatever you want, but the halachot of Avayut, to sit on the floor, okay.
I had somebody that I know, he got divorced and he was with a Jewish woman for years. And he died, and Rabbi Ozer said to the kid that you cannot sit Shiva. So I told to Rabbi Baruch, Sheikh Rabbi Ben Chaim, he was very shocked. He called him.
Yeah.
And he said, yes, I told him not to sit Shiva.
Okay.
But it's
based on this.
It's not a Goya. He was
something else. The example I used is the Goya. Okay. So now the real question. I'm just reading you now a question that Rabbi Zafrani from Israel was asked after October 7. Hundreds of these young kids that on Shabbat, Simchat Torah. So he says definitely not so. Listen to the Gemara he quotes now. Larry, open Gemara.
Not so that
this halacha doesn't apply to them. You have to listen carefully. Larry, open Gemara, Sanhedrin Mem Zayin. I couldn't find more Gemara.
Okay.
Look with me. Mem Zayin. Fascinating Gemara.
Ketuvot Mem Zayin. Okay.
Sanhedrin.
Oh, excuse me.
Sanhedrin.
It's my fault.
Tani Rav Shmaya, I'm reading on the bottom of the page there, approximately 7 lines from the bottom. Yachol afilu pirshu avotav midakei tzibur itama. A Kohen that his family is completely out of Judaism, you can become Tamer. Obviously, this is where I took this halacha. Talmud lomar be'amav, ve'oseh ma'aseh amav. Listen carefully. Amar le'Rava, mika medamit neherag mitoch risho, lemet mitoch risho. This halacha applies. A man lived like a rasha all his life, he died. You don't perform the regular halachot of Aved. Neherag, but if he was murdered, even though he was not, listen to the Lashon of the Gemara, Keivan de Neherag, Keivan de Lavuch, Havere Kapara. It is the fact that you were killed.
oh, that's like a
Because you are Jewish, this is a kapara. Listen to the pasuk. This mizmor in my shul we say hundreds of times. This is Tehillim chapter 79. Listen to the pasuk. Mizmor la'asaf. Asaf is crying for the people who were murdered. Elohim, ba'u goyim benachalatecha. The goyim are coming to your land. Tim'u et eichal. They contaminated. Now listen to this very interesting pasuk. Natnu et nivlat avadecha, the corpse of your Hashem, your avadim, ma'achal le'ov hashamayim, the Jewish bodies were, besar chasidecha v'chayto haaretz. So Asaf is describing, right, people who were killed.
Who was Asaf?
Asaf is one of the children of Korah. נתנו את נבלת עבדיך מאכל לעוף השמיים, ושר חסידיך לחייתו הארץ. Who are the two types of people that he's referring to? עבדיך, חסידיך, חסידיך we know. The Gemara questions, מהי עבדיך ומהי חסידיך? The Gemara says, love doesn't it mean חסידיך, חסידיך ממש, people who are pious people, good people, עבדיך, הנח דמחייבה דינה דמעיקרא, people who live lives not like good Jews. וכיוון דאיקטול קרא לעבדיך. Because they are murdered as Jews, those people who the day before were not really those that we would be avel. This Gemara. This is what you said. Eved means Eved of God.
So we are really.
So the Gemara is saying those who ate cheeseburgers are Yom Kippur and took drugs and alcohol many times, but when they are killed like Jews, they are labeled as
the benefit of people.
This is the Gemara. Again, Asaf is crying to Hashem. Asaf, Hashem, please pay attention to what we suffer. So
I would think Avedecha is regular Jew, Hasadecha is Hasidim.
Okay, but I'm reading what the Babylonian Talmud 1800 years ago gives a different interpretation. Yes.
Different,
Otherwise, he would say they killed the Jews. Why is he dividing Jewish people to two groups? This is the way the Gemara says.
Rabbi, don't we have a concept that people that are today, every day, they're secular Jew, they're ignorant. They're like children, so to speak. So we don't hold them accountable like we would somebody who's been Mazid. I don't care.
This was good. This is a reform Jew in Texas. Yeah. But when you have hundreds of thousands of leftists who are openly would do it.
Oh, I see.
You have no clue what really goes on.
They have everyday Jews.
So, but no, but
they want to sit you there for
sitting Shiva is nothing. I'm talking about how do we look at it. This is really what the Gemara is telling. The Gemara is telling us a Hiddush here. Yes? So when Saddam Hussein was attacking Israel at that time with the scars, right? So Rabbi Menashe Klein from Borough Park, he wrote it to Shuvah on it, and this exactly. He brings it, he says like this. He says, even though the guy, this particular Teshuvah was a fellow that used to take his motorcycle every Shabbat into Jewish neighborhood just to make people upset.
They left it off by the shore.
A teenager. As it happened, unfortunately, he died. So he says he died because he's a Jew. You treat him as a regular Jew, even though unfortunately he quotes.
Because he
quotes this Gemara. Then Larry quotes the Gemara we saw yesterday. We looked at Baba Batra, he brings the Gemara in Psachim.
So in this case, if that person had a heart attack and died, he would not be able
This is exactly what the Gemara is saying. By saying the same guy will get a heart attack, yes, or be killed with the motorcycle. Yeah, we would not Afar Piken, the Gemara says when he's killed, he's Abadecha.
So you sit Shiva or you don't sit Shiva for the guy for the motorcycle?
The Gemara says if the guy of the motorcycle would not be killed by the scab, then he would be killed this time because of
he earns the right to get people suggestions.
So they don't sit Shiva?
Not only they don't sit Shiva.
But if he hit,
this is the Hiddush of the Gemara. But this is why I brought to the Gemara. The Gemara says by the fact that he was killed because he's a Jew.
What bothers me that he's dividing the society, Avadecha and Hasidecha. So it means that either you are Hasid or you are no good.
And the opposite is saying that even the jerk who should not be buried in regular cemetery, but in a separate cemetery. I'm not giving you the way it says here. If you want to see what the Rambam says, the relative should wear suits on the day of the funeral and make a saudah if he died. Yes. The same man, if he was killed because he's a Jew, I mean, this is a Hiddush. What is the reality is that some people are very generous, try not to speak Lashon Hara, keep Shabbat and Kashrut. Some people are the total opposite. Most Jews are in between. What do you mean I divide them? Look in our shul, look in every shul, look in every community. This is what life is about, you know?
Yeah, so what do you call the one in the middle?
So he's-
One Hasid, one
But here the Gemara is taking the extreme negative and says that because he was killed as a Jewish person, because he's a Jew, he's gay. On Shabbat in your tefillah, in my tefillah, it says, Yitzmach Moshe b'matnat chalko ki Eved Ne'eman. Moshe Rabbeinu earned the title of Eved Ne'eman, a loyal slave. This is what the Gemara means. Chidush nifla of the Gemara. Now listen to Chabad. I have one copy for this in my house. You don't have it. Listen what the Rambam. The people from Yemen. I don't know, look if you have any access to Igrot HaRambam, Igeret HaShmad. Mosad Rav Kook published it in one book, Igeret HaShmad. People from Yemen wrote to the Rambam, and they had many pogroms there. How should they look? So listen what the Rambam says. The Rambam in Ma'amar Kiddush Hashem says like this. The Rambam is dividing different types of people who die. It says like this. First, he brings Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah. Okay, this is exceptions in history. Yeah. 3 pious people who are willing to publicly being thrown into the furnace of fire. Asara Ruge Malchut. Then the children of Hannah. Now, then he says, the rest of the Jews who are being killed because they are Jews, and listen what he says. The Pasuk says in Tehillim 44, Ki alecha horagnu kol hayom, we, people have been killed, alecha, because of you, hayinu katzon mikivcha, we are taken to be killed like sheep to be slaughtered. Now please listen to the Rambam. This is the Rambam. Ish she'ezakeyu akel, a man who has the merit, la'alot b'ma'ala al-yona azot, whoever merits to die because he's a Jew, not that we have to expect it. Klomar, she'ne'erag al kiddush Hashem, and listen to this line, I mean, I saw it yesterday, afilu hayu avonotav kemo Yeravam ben Nebat. Yeravam ben Nebat is one of the worst kings. A very big scholar who took the entire country to worship Avodah Zarah, forced people to worship Avodah Zarah, blocked the entrance to Beit HaMikdash. Afilu hayu avonotav kemo Yeravam ben Nebat uben olam haba. ואפילו לא היה תלמיד חכם, כך אמרו מקום שהרוגי מלכות עומדים, a spot in עולם הבא, when those who are killed, אין בריאה יכולה לעמוד במחיצתם, no one can reach. Wow. This is what Rav Klein wrote this is what Rav Zafrani wrote after Simchat Torah. To realize so today in Israel, regardless if you went to the army because you wanted or because you were forced to go to the army, you died because you are a Jew. Khatam Sofer has a case. This is 250 years ago. A Jew was murdered by the guy who was not the best. Says the Khatam Sofer, he has to be buried near his parents, even though he went very far away from his parents. He was killed as a Jew.
As a Jew.
He brings this Gemara.
But take now, Teddy, in the secular world, you have Orthodox parents where the son goes off the derech. Horrible, outwardly against, and now he passes away. Technically, the parents should not sit you out for that for their child. Emotionally is another story.
No, you can see. Remember, the emotional, most of the Abelut of most of the people. I mean, This is not halacha you never heard because most we're trying to
Is it social norms that we never hear it? Like you hear so and so's brother passed
okay, so
away.
go now you go to Perek
They're all
Aleph,
sick.
go to Perek Aleph,
People that
go to
go on there,
Perek
that-
Aleph, halacha
there's
Yudal.
rumors that the person
Perek
committed suicide,
Aleph.
but they never say it.
Aleph, halacha Yudal.
Where in,
So there, in Chot Aver, Aleph Yudal. So
Okay.
there is. Everything we're going to see in the Rambam now is escaping in the Shulchan Aruch, but as you said, we never hear it.
Yeah.
No, you know,
How do you define the bad person? There's something
don't,
good.
don't play
Not bad,
the
not
game.
bad.
Smokes
Not bad.
and keep pouring
So he's bad,
and he takes out the cheeseburger after he smokes. Where are you? You live in the earth. This is good for little kids. Who decides? It's very clear.
So how about the people that have to do
Again,
that?
we're not
come back to
talking
Judaism?
again. We're not talking about pie. We're not talking about.
Is that good enough for you? That's the best example.
What was it? What was
He
it?
says Bernie Sanders.
Is that good enough?
He might be not the one to fall in this category. Bernie Sanders never got anything from Judaism. How many Jewish kids that came from religious families? How many religious people that came from religious was okay, you can do a million explanations. We had in Flatbush a mother with her son who was killed in she says it when we saw our kids going off, it's very, very difficult. We supported him, we kept him, and she at that time she didn't know if he's dead or alive. Yes? Because we accept whatever a son, we understand, grew up in a family with everyone kept Shabbat. He went to and Simchat Torah Shabbat, and drugs and alcohol. He went to a place where there was a Buddha. And what is it? It's a Sadiq that is playing a game. And so he's a lost Jewish kid. What can you do? The question is, how about? Look at the Rambam, guys. Again, not to be used. Look at this Rambam Halacha Yudal. Halacha Yudal. No, but see, the truth is, Joseph, the point is, there are certain things we should not look, should not judge, but the halacha is halacha.
see, the problem, Rabbi Prague, is, it's fascinating that you picked this. Last week, I was speaking to a secretary in Yeshivat Hebron, in Hebron, and she was telling me, I asked how things are, she says, do you know how many people I know whose children came from home from the army and killed themselves?
Oh,
So if you think I'm going to sit,
Yes,
I'm going to sit here and
the kids couldn't. The answer is no question about. Please listen carefully before I read the Rambam.
it's frightening.
In order to decide, Larry, if someone committed suicide halachically, we have to know that the man was in the right
Right
mind.
mind, sure.
In 90%, Joseph,
No way.
the suicide,
Can't be in the right
if the
mind.
man is heavily depressed. I mean, a guy comes back from the army, he shoots himself. Why?
She's not
He cannot take it. He
responsible.
cannot.
You know how many have come back? The number is frightening. Also, let's be honest, it's very nice. We sit here. When do we have the right to even judge people?
What Joseph said.
We couldn't even begin to understand, and I wouldn't want to be the one sitting in a court to judge somebody. My God.
No, but on the contrary, this is exactly the Gemara that we saw in Daf Mem Tet. This is the Gemara. And look in Halacha Yud, okay, here. Halacha Yud first. No, you don't. Now you don't have to come to what to say. Who are we to judge? Besides that,
Right.
each one. I mean, the one that committed suicide after the army means he was killed. He was. Rabbi,
in the army was.
Rabbi Luxton.
Mentally, he was killed.
Rabbi Luxton used to say, this is in the 50s, 60s, 70s. Says Hitler killed many. Some of them were still alive 30 years after, but they were dead. They were alive but dead.
Yeah.
He killed them. They walked, they ate, they slept. Look in הלכה י' כל הפורשים, here Joseph, this is רמב"ם, תזכור, קבל בשולחן ערוך, כל הפורשים מדרכי ציבור, והם האנשים שפרקו עול המצוות מעל צווארם. They took, which means they started religions, they took it off. ואין נכללים בכלל ישראל לעשיית המצוות, they never participate, ובכבוד המועדות, they never perform מצוות, they're not part of the community on the holidays, בישיבת בתי כנסיות ובתי מדרשות, אלא הרי הם כבני חורים לעצמם, ולא לפליפים. וכן האפיקורסים והמוסרים, informers, כל אלו אין מתאבלים עליהם, אלא אחיהם ושאר קרוביהם, the brothers or the relatives, לובשים לבנים wear fancy suits, ומתעטפים לבנים, ואוכלים ושותים ושמחים. Why? שהרי עבדו שונאיו של הקדוש ברוך הוא. Now no one would say, listen carefully, and a Jew, a reformed Jew in Tennessee, no. He's not. He never, most of the mitzvot he never kept, but he never took off anything. He says, I'm Jewish, I'm coming to Israel. He does no more. But the example I gave you is a brilliant, not a young fellow, learned in yeshivot many years. At the age of 21, he became a leftist. He became a writer in Yiton Haaretz. He attacked only Jews. Wow. I mean, he became the total opposite.
He doesn't get that.
This is what the Rambam is talking. When he died, his brother said, I feel bad, very bad when my brother died, but I can't. We're not talking about most of the reform. We're talking about those who know what we're talking about. But the Rambam says, Parku all our mitzvot ma'al tzavaram. The Rambam is talking about them, yes.
Rabbi, we have many non-religious people even in our community that we never saw this before.
But yeah, I don't think you can. Many people have never attended the class. The Rambam says clearly, "Parku all of mitzvot ma'al tzavaram."
So there's still someone.
They don't keep Shabbat so good.
That's only one.
Very. This
There are
especially
some people that they moved out of town and they don't really keep the at all, very little. But they still have a feeling for it. They'll come back to New York once in a while. They still feel their Jewishness.
I told you the Rav Yehuda Adar said.
They're not rebels. They just.
Rav Yehuda Adar said that the Asaf Shavdam Rabba, I guess it's 50 years ago. There are 9 people from Minyan, and the 10th is not religious. Can you just call it in, just for the Minyan? It says Sephardic Jew, yes, Ashkenazi Jew. There isn't, at least, in the 70s, not anymore today. But he says there's no one that is totally out. Okay, he doesn't keep this, doesn't keep that, doesn't keep that.
מעניין גם היום זה כך.
Rabbi says even today, he says even today you have people that do.
Prague?
Yes, open up.
So yesterday or the day before, the Perek of Rambam a day was Hilchot Nesiyat Kapayim, and I believe one of the things that make the
you're right. Yes. Yeah.
Am I going to sit there and I'm going to judge every Kohen who goes up to the Duchan?
Rambam is not asking you to judge. Rambam is asking, should the Kohen go there or not? The man comes in for once a year to shul. Says my father was definitely a Kohen. Yes, I don't keep anything. Would you allow me? The Rambam says yes. Why?
Because he's not giving the bracha. He's just a vehicle from Hashem.
Rambam is saying over there because you are not giving the bracha. You are basically.
So scary. These things are very scary.
Because it's difficult to define how bad is bad.
Seems like there's leeway.
Open now Gemara Avodah Zarah. Daf Yud Zayin here. No, we are afraid to hear it, Joseph. Again, the Gemara didn't say Jew in Tennessee grew up, his grandparents were reformed. This is not the Gemara is talking about. He says, your grandfather, you walked with your grandfather to shul as a kid. You have pictures when he became a mitzvah, yes. You have an idea what we are talking about.
If I have a man in my office, he's a secular Jew. He has a touch of religion. Yeah, touch, here and there. But he's not observant. He's just not observant. So
קראתי להם, תסתכל בגמרא פה למטה. בשר חסידיך, שתי שורות. On the contrary, Larry, the purpose of today's class in the beginning was to show the opposite. A man who is killed, regardless of what you do. This was the point of the Gemara, and this is the Rambam in Igeret Hashmad. The Rambam in Igeret Hashmad says openly.
It sounds like it's a concept of a pintel yid. You still have the neshama of a Jew, and from the day you were born.
But he's saying stronger than it.
Yeah.
What he was saying was more than that. He was saying, in your private life, no talk. As it happened, you were killed because of a Jew. So look now in Avodah Zarah Daf Yud Zayin. What's the second? What's the second? Yudchet. Sorry, Yudchet. Yes. This is a story that we know. We heard it a million times.
Got it.
Look at the white lines. Look at the white lines. תסתכל בתחילת התשובה שם, זה כתב הרב זעפרני לפני שנתיים, תסתכל בעמוד א', תראה שהתשובה מתחילה.
כן, אבל בית רבודי, הרב מדבר שהיה בחירה.
לא, הוא מביא את הגמרא, הוא מתחיל עם הגמרא בסנהדרין. Look a second. אמרו לא היו ימים מועטים, you have the white lines as you said?
Why?
לא היו ימים מועטים,
The first word.
עד שנפטר רבי יוסי בן קיסמא והלכו כל גדולי רומי לקוברו. יוסי בן קיסמא was one of the great old תנאים, so the government, the Roman government, showing respect, והספדו הספד גדול, ובחזרתם on the way back, וצאו לרבי חנינא בן תרדיון, שהיה יושב ועוסק בתורה ומכיר קהילות ברבים.
This is Masari Harugay Malchut.
קורא? בספר תורה מונח לו בחלקו. Here Rabbi Hanina ben Tradon is doing the exact opposite from what the government wants him to do. He's teaching Torah in public. He's holding the Sefer Torah. הביאו וקרחו בספר תורה. והקיפו בחבילי זמורות. He took the Sefer Torah, wrapped him around his body. They put bundles of wood around him. והציתו בהם את האור. To make sure that he's not being killed immediately. Right? והביאו ספוגים של סמר. He took wet wool. They soaked it in water. And they placed it on his body. This way he is not expiring immediately. כדי שלא תצא נשמתו מהרה. אני listen carefully. אמרה לו ביתו, אבא, אחיך בכך. You, my pious father, this is the way you end your life. אמר לה, אלמלא אני נשרפתי לבדי, if it's only me, היה הדבר קשה לי. I would have a problem. עכשיו שאני נשרף בספר תורה עלי, מי שמבקש על בונה של ספר תורה, הוא יבקש על בוני. Hashem would certainly eventually take revenge for the desecrating, burning the ספר תורה. אמרו לו תלמידיו, I mean, you have to imagine once in your life this Gemara. You see the biggest rabbi in the generation with Sefer Torah around him and fire, and he's having a conversation as if it's a breakfast table, yes?
Wow.
It's the same thing with the story of Rabbi Akiva and Rabbi Shmuel.
That's the same.
We should, the Sfardim you told me don't have this story. We should once bring that kapitel of Surah Riga and they should read it.
I should bring the Machzorim. Maybe
We really should.
This bias.
We like to keep it light.
No. If you read it, you have chills. It's going with the 10, one by one, yes? And אמרו לו תלמידיו, רבי, מה אתה רואה? Tosfot say they were sure that he has a special vision now.
Yeah, what are you seeing?
אמר להם, גבילים נשרפים, I can see the parchment burning. The אותיות, the letters of the Torah is evaporating. What is it saying? They can only burn our body. Never bury the Torah, never bury the spirit of Judaism. This is our history. This answer is generation after generation. If it's from 39 to 45, is it 56? But this is what he's saying. But he's saying that we're doing it to our bodies. Yes.
Why did they put? Now that I'm thinking, why did they put that in the tefillah? Right where they did it. Why in Yom Kippur, where it's right after, what is it? It's right during Avodah. I mean,
It's a good question. But the main reason is to make us aware what life is about. You know what I mean? It's our choice.
Yeah, but when you read that story from the time you're very young till today, you realize you feel smaller, that you feel smaller than an ant.
Yes. Now the students are telling him, Af ata, so open your mouth, let the fire basically quicken your death.
Yeah.
You're dying. אמר להם, מוטב שיקרנה מי שנתנה ואל יחבר בעצמו. I have no right to commit suicide.
Sure.
God gave me life.
Can't speed it up.
Now, can you imagine the Roman executioner is watching an old man being burned? And he believes in Hashem, and he says, those who do it are going to be punished. Amar lo Klasteruli, the executioner, Rebbe, if I add fire, then hotels forgive Shem, and I remove the wool sponges from your chest. Can you promise me? This is a murderer appointed by the government.
Yeah, but
why is he asking? He understands that this man represents.
But Rabbi Prague, when they read, it's even worse when you read at the beginning when the daughter of the woman says, how could the head of Rabbi Yishmael, and Hashem sends a bat call and says, if you continue complaining, I'm going to bring the world to an end. It's an unbelievably difficult story.
I purposely didn't read it.
Yeah, I hope not.
No, because this needs a lot of explanation.
Oh.
What is Hashem telling the angels? If I would listen to you, what does it mean? It means that very often these pious people are giving the ultimate sacrifice on behalf of other people. I mean, this is basically what Hashem is saying. You're looking on it as how can I see it? You look. So the Goy is asking him, seconds before he's dead, can you promise me? Amar Lohen, yes. This guy says to him, Mishabari, swear to me. Mishbaro. Miyad Yirba Beshalebet, he added fire. Benatal, and he removed the wool sponges. Natal Sfugim Shel Tzemer Me'al Libo, Yatzah Nishmato B'Miran, the rabbi got quicker, which means he saved him a few minutes of suffering.
So to ask him to kill him is not in a way.
He said, no, he's dying. He's dying.
Yeah, I know.
So he's saying, I'm going to remove now your suffering. Then listen, of who? This the murderer, the executioner. Kafatz Benafar Tocha, he jumped into the fire because he knew the government is going to kill him anyway. יצתה בת קול, the boys come, ואמרה רב חנינא בן תרדיון, מקלט סטירונים מזומנים הם לחיי העולם הבא. Not only the rabbi,
The executioner.
but the executioner. I mean, obviously, it's made here to show you that in moments, things change. A man can be in charge of his destiny in seconds.
So opening the mouth and dying quicker
Right.
is different than asking somebody
Correct,
else.
correct. So this is a very good point.
He didn't ask somebody else.
And
Somebody
they said
spoke to
because
him.
if he opens, it is doing
He's doing
something. Here.
Joseph,
Spring of 2008, I made a trip.
All this book, they go down there.
yeah,
We have over the inside there another thing.
while you're there,
Seal tonight. They're living there, I mean, because there's no room in the big one. Seal tonight.
Yes, God, have a great day, Rabbi Prague.
Paul,
An easy day, an easy day.
Yeah, I remember.
we stopped on the street. We got to, it's gonna be there.
Joseph.